Welcome to Faith Stories with Dawn DeMarco Buck. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they will see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven. Matthew 5:16.
Welcome to Faith Stories. I'm Dawn DeMarco Buck. What is Faith Stories? Faith Stories are Christians from all walks of life who share their stories of faith, hope, and love. And my prayer is that you would come to know your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. If you need a Bible, you need to have His Word, which is the Bible. So if you need a Bible, please reach out to me at faithstorieswithdawn@gmail.com. Okay, you guys, this woman is so incredible that I'm going to introduce you to. She is Hollywood's American Gladiators champion, Cheryl Ann Silich, or SIL-itch, as she did a professorship, right, in college. Cheryl is a former award-winning educational fitness television show host, children's fitness film producer and star, and daily Christian talk radio host. Then one day, Cheryl's heart murmured. She listened and became a spiritual director. Today, Cheryl speaks at women's conferences, churches, and organizations on Gladiator G.R.I.T, becoming a glad, quote, iator, and living a God-first life. Let's find out more about this bodybuilder-turned-faith-builder who encourages us to be strong, speak life, and shine bright. You're going to meet her after these messages.
Broughton Garage Door Sales now offers you a difference with the LiftMaster Secure View Ultra Quiet Smart Opener with camera, LED 360-degree lighting, and battery backup. Built-in camera adds video and two-way audio communication to the MyQ app. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage anytime, anywhere from your smartphone. Schedule today at broughton.com.
Just simply call Broughton. We open doors for you.
Tavilla Properties, located at 11471 West Sample Road, Suite 17, located in Coral Springs, Florida, for all your commercial needs. Call Jan at 954-341-1632. That's 954-341-1632, or visit www.tavillaproperties.com.
Discover Rosie's Garden. The collection draws inspiration from the beautiful niece of the founder, Rosie, who brought joy to many before passing too soon. Her beauty and spirit are reflected in every piece. Founded by two friends, Rosie's Garden is a female-owned brand passionate about creating stunning, elegant jewelry that embodies the concept of bellissima, the Italian word for beautiful. With a philosophy rooted in grace and elegance, the brand crafts each piece of jewelry using only the finest materials, including 18-karat gold and the highest quality craftsmanship, ensuring that every piece is a true work of art.
Welcome back to Faith Stories. If you have any prayer requests, please email me at faithstorieswithdawn@gmail.com. That's faithstorieswithdawn@gmail.com. And welcome back. Okay, Cheryl, I always like to start with this question. Were you brought up in a Christian household?
Absolutely.
You were?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, I was raised Catholic.
Okay.
Several generations. And I'd like to say it's one of my greatest blessings.
Yeah,
because
so true.
My parents, I mean, they put God first and each other second. And
That's how it's supposed to be.
And then all 6 kids competed for the bronze medal. And it was a great, competitive, God-loving, God-fearing group, you know?
I love it.
So,
I love it. Oh my gosh.
But while I'm more non-denominational today,
Sure. Right.
I still say the biggest part of my heart will always be Catholic.
Yeah.
Because they gave me such a beautiful
foundation,
cradle gift.
Right. Well, but it was modeled by your parents.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I mean,
Absolutely.
that is so cool. I love hearing that because, you know, a lot of people don't have that.
Yeah. And I didn't get just one great parent. I got 2. That was kind of the remarkable thing.
Right. Oh my gosh. So, okay, I want to move to American Gladiator because that is just like an amazing achievement. I mean, oh my gosh. How many people win American Gladiator and how many were women?
Right. Well, I mean, I can
what?
tell you, like, just in the tryouts, 30,000 people tried out between
gosh.
LA, St. Louis, and Chicago.
Oh my gosh.
You know, to try to vie for like 10 spots. So, yeah, it was competitive.
You think? So what made you want to do that? Was that something that God placed on your heart that, come on, I want to move you over here for now? Or
No. What happened was I was running the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation for the state of Indiana at the time, which at the time was the #1 genetic lung killer for children. And what happened was one of my employees was addicted to it, Brad, and him and his buddies were like, we drink beer and watch the show, you should do it. And I'm like, get out of my office and get back to work, right? So anyways, turns out tryouts were going to be in Chicago. The same weekend I was going up to participate in a fundraiser for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation in Chicago that I was going to be hosting in Indianapolis. So I just did it on a whim and tried out.
Shut up. You did American Gladiator on a whim.
Never even saw it. Matter of fact, once I got chosen, and I got the call.
You got chosen out of 30,000 people.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
10 people.
Yeah, 10 men, 10 women.
Because I'm sorry, I've never watched. I think I watched a promo of it. I never really watched
Red,
it.
white, and blue sequence, swinging on
I love the whole
climbing
sequence
walls. Right, me too. But anyway, so the neat thing was, so then, they asked, could you be in Hollywood for a month, at least, if depending on how you do, because they shoot it all, TV.
Sure.
You get it all in the can, and then they air it all year.
Yeah.
And anyway, so I said, sure, I can be there. And then the next Saturday, I watched the show for the very first time, alone in my little apartment. And I was freaking out because I'm like, that was back when VHS was big. And I'm like, get me the tapes. I need the tapes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to get killed.
You're going to get killed. That's what you thought, but yet you tried out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I love the fact that you stepped into that, and God, He orchestrated that.
Sure. He made something beautiful out of it.
Oh my, so tell me about that. How did He make something beautiful out of that? By you winning, hello. Now, at that time, were you vocal about your faith?
No, by my walk in faith.
Yeah.
Sure. I did more walking than talking.
Yeah. Well, I think
because as a Catholic, I wasn't really equipped to evangelize.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And it wasn't until many years later when I met my husband, and he wasn't Catholic, so that became a problem with the church, my church.
Right, of course.
Back
Catholics
then.
don't let you
No.
marry,
And
have to marry other Catholics.
Right, so then I had to kind of go on my own journey a little
Sure.
bit and realize that most of these are man-made labels.
Hello.
And what all it's done is God's just expanded my toolkit, so I can
Right.
meet more people where they are.
Well, and that's what He does.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't say, oh, you have to be perfect before you come to know Him. He meets you exactly where you are. It doesn't matter where you are, because that's where He meets you. And that's what I love about our God.
Exactly.
And He wants to transform your life. Mm-hmm. So you go, you're chosen, and talk a little bit more about how you came to win, and what did that feel like?
Well, that could take 20 minutes
Okay,
or an hour.
but
I'm just going to
a
tell you,
little
I
snippet.
just give
Yeah.
you an example.
Yeah.
The first thing that the men had to do in the tryouts was 25 pull-ups in 30 seconds.
Oh
Well,
my God.
basically, that's physically impossible unless you do them,
Right.
like a T-Rex with no
Sure.
range of motion and little tiny arms.
Right.
And trust me, the guys who did them that way got pushed through. So as long as you cheated the form, you could make the rep range in the allotted time, and you could maybe get onto the next round to see if you could keep advancing. And right then I should have known that this wasn't going to necessarily be a fair experience.
Right.
And I'll just
well,
leave
it
it
is
at that.
Hollywood.
It's Hollywood. Yeah. It's TV first. It's not like the Olympics right now.
Right.
Where, if you mess up or you do something wrong,
Right.
they're going to call you out.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. So, okay, so you won American Gladiators. So what was next? After you won that, what was your next step? Because when you obviously met your husband, when did you meet your husband?
26 years ago.
Okay.
I wanted to get just what my mom and dad had and
Girl,
more, So
I waited
just
for my
waited for the
husband, too.
longest time.
Yes.
And but I went on to do a fitness television show called The Body Perfect, educational fitness TV, and that won a Telly Award. Did that for 10 years, and it was geared to like the 18 to 35-year-olds, and taught them how to work out. I had professional athletes on, and we would take what a NBA star was doing, and then we would show like the people at home what to do at
Right.
the gym so that they can maybe be the star on the 3-on-3 corporate team.
Right.
But so I did that for 10 years, and then I saw the obesity issue with children, and that's when it really pricked my heart, and I thought, okay. They were asking professionals in the industry to address the epidemic as it was on the horizon.
Oh, it's so crazy.
So that's when I did this. That's when I did my
yes.
children's film. And my mom's favorite movie was The Wizard of Oz. She was an orphan
Okay.
at birth. And my dad taught me how to stand on my head and was into physical excellence.
She's not going to
And
stand
so-
on her head today,
Today.
though, you guys. I'm
That's
sorry.
right.
She has a dress on and she looks gorgeous in it. So,
So I took these 2 gifts from my parents.
oh my gosh.
My mom's love for the idea that you can make friends on your path and believe in your dreams and that your friends would help you get there. And to never forget the importance of home. And then my dad taught me, how to just be physically excellent and keep pushing and striving as an athlete. So I took those 2 gifts, redid The Wizard of Oz as an exercise film.
How fun is
So
that?
we stretch out with the scarecrow who's flexible, made out of
Oh my
straw. We do
gosh.
push-ups with the lion who's strong, but he doesn't have courage. And then
Right.
we make friends and chase dreams with Dorothy, your fitness expert from Kansas.
Oh my God, this is so adorable. So how can people get this? Is it?
It's on my website.
It's on her website, and say it verbally
Sure,
because people are listening.
CherylAnnSilich.com.
And that's SAILICH.
Yes, that's
Huh?
correct. That's right. That's right. So that was
so
a beautiful
precious.
journey. I mean, we won 13 national awards, the Hollywood Film Advisory Board Award of Excellence. It went on Home Shopping Network. It was awesome.
Oh my goodness.
And then, gosh, I don't even know where we went from there. But basically, what happened was I was in the gym one day. And I was doing like star jumps where you just jump out and throw your arms and legs out
Okay.
and crouch down and then jump up and do it again.
Well, she does that.
I
have never done that. I'm just saying, Cheryl.
But the neat thing is that
Sounds like fun, though.
I just think it's like a big playground.
and
I
then
mean, yeah,
punch?
like boot camp stuff. So it was
but
the,
I haven't done that either.
it was the end. It was the welcome to my world. It was the end of the workout, and we were supposed to do 10 of these, and I did them, and then we're going to stretch.
Right.
So that I laid down
Key.
on the last one, and now I am like a star on the ground.
Right.
And I felt like a million needles about this big go from my
No.
head all the way through my body, through my arms, through my legs.
What?
And I just laid there, and I thought, okay, something counter-health
Something's
just
wrong
happened.
here.
Like a heart attack, a stroke.
Oh my gosh.
I
Cheryl.
didn't know.
Of course not.
So I laid there for a while, went away. It was Christmas Eve, my daughter's birthday. My husband's birthday, our daughter's in town. I got Christmas Eve going on and a
Right.
birthday.
I can't have this.
Right, and this is in the morning, so I'm like, so I finally got myself together,
Senses,
drove
it came
home.
back.
Yes, didn't know if I was going to have to raise the hand of 911.
Oh
Thought
my
about it,
gosh, I
but I
bet.
know on the way home there's a hospital. I'm like, the hospital's like a mile from our house. When I drove past it, I'm like, might need to go in there later today. But I made myself a protein smoothie, took a shower.
Because, of course, that will help.
Well,
but you never know.
that's what I always do.
Right.
Like, take your smoothie, wash your hair, get ready for church
Okay.
tonight, right?
Okay,
Because
yeah,
we
yeah,
always
yeah.
go to church on Christmas Eve.
It's the
'Cause
best.
That's what my husband wants to do on his birthday.
Yes. Is that his birthday?
Uh-huh.
Aw.
Yeah. And so then I told my husband, I'm like, well, you know what? I just don't feel well. I'm sorry. I know it's Christmas Eve. I am going to have to lay down. Okay. I'm not a napper. So this was
Yeah,
very
that's
counter.
serious.
Yeah.
Did your husband
And then
pick
I
up
woke
on that? Or
No,
did you
no, I didn't
him
tell
what
anybody.
happened?
I didn't tell anybody yet because I didn't really know what happened.
Right. But you could have said, honey, this was really weird today. This happened.
I don't think
No?
I did that yet because I don't want to ruin the. It's a
The
party. It's
right.
Christmas. It's
Yeah,
So I just.
yeah.
Anyways, so I said, when you go to church, I said, I think I'm just going to stay home. I'm not feeling well. That's when I did it.
Okay.
Because I thought I'll just sneak up to the immediate care, the urgent, the emergency room.
Yeah, but that takes hours sometimes. That didn't take hours?
Well, here, I didn't go because I got up and I thought, well, I feel good enough. I'll go to church with you. I'm just going to sit, though. I'm not going to get up and put my hands in the air.
Right,
and do
right.
I-
Praise
you
and
know,
worship,
Yeah,
right.
Then I let him know I wasn't feeling well. But anyway, it was months later before I realized that my heart had partially collapsed that day.
No way.
Yeah, even in
No way.
Yeah.
Cheryl.
Yeah, and then I had
my
a defect
gosh.
in the lower lobe of my heart, and so my mitral valve kind of blew the doors off.
So was that always there and you just didn't
I just didn't
know
know
it?
So the doctor, I did go to the emergency care, but it was like back in January, right? I mean, when I had time and everything settled down. I thought,
You're lucky
I'm not
you didn't
feeling I'm
die.
not feeling too good. Well, I had just done a 10-minute plank, at Burn Boot Camp like on January 10th.
Okay, so a plank is when you...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't
So
do those either.
I held it for like, I'm like, okay, you must be fine if you can do a 10-minute plank. I'd
Right,
never done
no
one for
kidding.
more than a minute before. But we had a little contest and I won that. So I'm like,
Of course
I'm
you
good.
did.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm good here. But then every once in a while, I feel like the best way I can describe it is that my heart was choking. You know, like when you're choking in your throat.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
when. But I would do something.
Was
my
it tightness?
heart would just like it would just be gurgling and choking
my
and yeah, it was real scary. I'm like, okay, I'm going. So then she
God
said,
was like, okay, Cheryl, you need to listen to
yeah,
me.
do you have a heart murmur? Did anyone tell you that? And I said, no. And she said, well, it's so profound that when I take my stethoscope, I don't even have to make contact.
You're kidding me.
No, and I can hear it. So she said, I'm going to give you an EKG right now and schedule like an echocardiogram. Is that okay? I said, yeah, sure. Do it for sometime in the next week or two.
No.
She goes, that's what she said.
No, you're
She
going
said,
now, girl.
And you know what? That's actually what it took. You know, I don't know
Right.
why these things are. I don't know why. Well, I guess because it kind of went away.
Well, I think also because you're in such amazing shape, it's like, why would something like that be in your body?
Right, you
I
know?
think it's a lot that.
It's a good thing I didn't know I had a heart defect because I would
'Cause you
never
wouldn't have
become an
done any-
athlete.
there
I
you
would have
go.
been the world's best couch potato. Yeah. I'll take a few
'Cause
more,
we
few more
accept-
bonbons, please. You know.
We excel at that.
Coconut. But anyway, so I said, well, you know, schedule it for like in the next week or two, you know. By the time, literally, I told you I lived like less than 2 miles
Oh
away.
my
By the
gosh,
time
girl.
my garage door was opening, they were on the phone like, you're coming in tomorrow. So anyway, wound up having open heart surgery, the old school kind, where they saw you in half, put you on a spreader, pull your heart out, fix it. And, you know,
It's so matter of fact.
well, the
But
bad
it's-
thing, mitral valve is in the back of the heart. So you have
so
to
there's
really,
no
you
way
can't
that they
just
couldn't.
use little tools
Right,
to do it
yeah.
or go through the arm like
Right.
a tabber. You actually have to physically remove the heart.
Oh
like
my
the only thing more dramatic they said is a heart transplant because of the positioning of the heart.
Sure.
But this is the real kicker. I did not receive it well. My heart, they said my heart was so conditioned on such a faulty rhythm that when they went in and fixed that little valve to like
messed you up?
99.5%, they like put a hip hop dancer with a bunch of ballroom dancers,
you're
and the whole heart couldn't find a rhythm. And I spent next 2 years on oxygen 24/7
Are you kidding
because
me?
my oxygen would drop into like the 70s and the 50s. It wouldn't stay there. It would bounce all over the place. But even a couple
'Cause it
seconds
doesn't
there,
know.
you lose all, you know, ability
my
to really think
gosh.
and function.
So during that time, were you, were you in obviously close relationship with the Lord because you're,
Well, this is when he did a really neat thing with me.
Ah.
I years ago, when I was a one-on-one coach, I helped a woman lose weight, and I only let people sign up once for 1 month at a time.
Right.
I don't do contracts. I don't want your money. I want to change your life, change your lifestyle,
Sure.
help you learn your body, and move on to the next
Right.
person.
which is
And-
amazing because that's
I
so
don't-
not
I don't- yeah, I
the
mean, that's, oh, I
industry.
know. And so I had marvelous success. I worked with a lot of like Miss America pageant girls and,
Okay.
and professional cheerleaders
Yeah.
and the college cheer groups, and because I knew what it took.
Right, and they
and-
saw,
and-
yeah.
and I did it
hello.
right alongside them. So,
Right.
but anyways, this woman was not losing weight after the first month, and I said, "Excuse me, but something's not right here."
Right.
I told you don't change anything, but show up 3 times a week.
Okay.
So what's the story? Well, she finally tells me she's not a cheeseaholic or a chocoholic,
Right.
but she is an alcoholic.
See, that's the thing. It's also based on you telling you the truth of what.
Well, yeah.
what- yeah.
Well,
Hello.
and we get there if you want to get there.
Right,
You
of
know?
course.
So anyway, she said to me eventually she wound up changing her life. She became sober. She went back to school, became a chaplain, spent the rest of her life marrying people and burying people
wow.
and bringing
Marrying
people to the
and
Lord.
burying.
And that's what you do when you're a chaplain.
Well,
you know?
yeah.
And she was amazing. And so anyway, she'll tell you that it was because she came to me and we worked together and I helped her find herself, right? So anyway, God did the work. I just gave her a little path.
Yeah. Yeah, but you
But
were the conduit.
she said,
too.
you know, you should become a spiritual director. And I'm like,
I love that.
okay, what is that? Like,
Right.
So I checked it all out, and I said, why do you say that? She said, because everything you do, you operate from a cellular level.
Yeah.
You know, it's so obvious that you just connect
Yeah.
at a huge level that you're so authentic. People trust you,
Yeah.
and they reveal themselves to you, so that you can't heal it till you reveal it, right?
Right.
So I
So
I
true.
can't deal with their stuff until I see their stuff.
Right.
And so anyway, I looked at it, but it was like a whole day, a week for like, I don't know, a year. And I mean, I got my TV
busy,
show.
God.
I'm single. I got rent at my apartment
Right.
and condo, and I got a condo
Yeah.
payment, and I got my office and
Right.
employees. I'm like, and so I was like, nah, this isn't me right now. I just didn't do it.
Right.
Well,
But God had another.
when I was sitting on oxygen, my best friend said, hey, I'm thinking about being a spiritual director. Ever heard of that? I'm like, no. So anyways, we were going to take a program together. I said, I'm so glad this is coming back around, because I'm
Right.
sitting here on oxygen, and my booty's getting as big as the people that I help. I'm like, whatever I helped you lose, I just found it.
It just
I
translated
looked out.
right there.
I looked right there, and I'm like, what is this? I'm like, I didn't know I could grow these things. But apparently
yeah, girl.
I can.
If you're not
So,
working out,
so
they show up.
I was like, I needed to do something.
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't be physical. I mean,
See,
I
God,
finally.
God stopped you because
yeah.
He wanted you to be a spiritual director.
Oh, he had to stop me.
Yeah.
But I finally learned how to strap my oxygen on my back so I could still do walking lunges and stuff. So that was good. But anyway, I'm
I
on
did
oxygen.
one lunge the other day and hurt my thigh. I'm like, oh my God, I need to get back in the pool.
So what happens is I'm actually going to a program a couple hours away. A girlfriend that I know, another spiritual director now, who's in my cohort. She picks me up. My husband drops me off, and she drives because I'm on oxygen.
Right. Hello.
And it was during COVID.
Okay.
So,
oh wow.
Yeah, so I'm tied to 50 feet of oxygen in my house on COVID. I am like quarantined on steroids, right? So anyway, but it kind of there was a beautiful season. I spent a year in the chair in the living room. I mean, I just would not, my body would not get with the program, and everybody's like, you should have flown through with flying colors like you did on Gladiators. You should, on paper, I look like somebody that should just be working out next week. But anyway, it wasn't like that. So, but here's the thing. So this was so beautiful. So I went through the training, and God just did such a work in my heart. When I was a young girl, during the month of May, we would always honor Mary.
Okay.
And so we would build a May altar at our school, and we would do the Angelus and all the different prayers to Mary, the Magnificat. And so I asked my mom, can I borrow your statue of Mary from your bedroom? It was one of these gaudy garden things. I saw it coming in. But it was one of
Mary
these.
in the lobby.
Yeah, it was a gaudy, the kind you put in a garden, right? Just a big plaster thing. But my mom, it was white. My mom had it on her,
Your mama
on her
loved it.
dresser. She did. And I said, could I borrow it? And she said, yeah. So I got my nightstand. I built my altar. I started going to this little place, and I'd get violets every day on my bicycle, and I would do all my prayers. And one day, it's too hard to explain, but God spoke into my spirit and said, because I wanted to be a nun with my girlfriend that I walked to Catholic school with. Okay, I know that people laugh at that now, but that was my heart.
Right.
I didn't have any models for it,
Right.
but that was my heart. And so I'm praying and praying and praying to God during the month of Mary. And he says to me, I have something very special for you, but it's not until you're much older. He said, just stick with me, stay close. Oh my and so I did. So anyway, so I'm in.
How old were you then?
About 10.
Okay.
So then now here I am years later, and I'm in the last silent retreat, and we're in a exercise, an Ignatius exercise of contemplation. And I'm looking at this picture, which had a little girl in it with Bartimaeus at the pool. And God just spoke again. He said, you see that girl right there? She was a little blonde, about 10 years old. He said, you're still that girl. Now's your time.
Step into what He has for you.
So now I work as a spiritual director. I meet with women in groups of about 4 or 5 once a month. I also meet one-on-one. I meet in person when it works, and also by Zoom. Yeah. But really what we do, like, you go to church every week, right?
Sure.
Or you do your Bible study once a month or once a week, or you pray in the morning or you pray at night. Well, or you fast, like a lot of people are going to start doing after Fat Tuesday, right?
The Daniel fast.
Right, or whatever. So, but these are all rhythms, Dawn. Or these are all considered spiritual rhythms, spiritual tools. So spiritual direction is another spiritual rhythm. It's done once a month. started in the Catholic Church hundreds of years ago because priests and nuns needed someone to be accountable to in a way that to make sure they had a place to express their own walk with the Lord while they're teaching and mentoring and coaching and loving everyone else, right? Yeah. So we don't act as a coach, though, and we don't act as a therapist. Okay. I simply help women get into a posture of presence
with the Lord
so that they can calm down, quiet down, get rid of the busy.
Okay. I want to talk
and
to
let
you
the
about
Holy
that.
Spirit
okay,
open
so
up.
You know what, you guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Broughton Garage Door Sales now offers you a difference with the LiftMaster Secure View Ultra Quiet Smart Opener with camera, LED 360-degree lighting, and battery backup. Built-in camera adds video and two-way audio communication to the MyQ app. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage anytime, anywhere from your smartphone. Schedule today at broughton.com.
Just simply call Broughton. We open doors for you.
Tavilla Properties, located at 11471 West Sample Road, Suite 17, located in Coral Springs, Florida, for all your commercial needs. Call Jan at 954-341-1632. That's 954-341-1632, or visit www.tavilla.properties.com.
Discover Rosie's Garden. The collection draws inspiration from the beautiful niece of the founder, Rosie, who brought joy to many before passing too soon. Her beauty and spirit are reflected in every piece. Founded by two friends, Rosie's Garden is a female-owned brand passionate about creating stunning, elegant jewelry that embodies the concept of bellissima, the Italian word for beautiful. With a philosophy rooted in grace and elegance, the brand crafts each piece of jewelry using only the finest materials, including 18-karat gold and the highest quality craftsmanship, ensuring that every piece is a true work of art.
Welcome back to Faith Stories. If you have any prayer requests, please email me at faithstorieswithdawn@gmail.com. That's faithstorieswithdawn@gmail.com. And welcome back. Okay, Cheryl, I want you to wrap it up with the spiritual direction, because that to me is so powerful, because quieting your mind in this world that we live in is not easy. Right. So I'm going to let you wrap that up, and then I'll take it.
Yeah, well, it's not easy. I mean, I don't know how much time you spend in silence, but a lot of people find it very difficult.
Yeah.
They like to pray one way and ask for God for everything. Heal this, do this, find this, fix this. But they don't like to sit in His presence and listen for an answer and let Him talk back. Yeah. Because He will. God is still
I know
talking.
He does. I've had it.
You know, and a lot of times, you know, He can talk in dreams because we are too busy. We won't give Him that avenue to reach us. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, people think it's boring, it's difficult, it's not fruitful, but I'm going to tell you, once you get into the practice of it, you will find that being still is an extremely active verb.
Oh, no kidding.
Because it is a time for Him to finally, I mean, we want to get into His world and ask Him for things, but we give Him permission to come into our world, and we make room for the Holy Spirit to rise up and to reveal whatever the Holy Spirit wants to reveal, because we believe that He's the healer. He's the helper. I don't need to do anything other than ask evocative questions and be a witness to your faith. So the girls act as witnesses to others' faith, because we all our souls have the most precious story. I can tell a story about gladiators all day long. Sure, it's fun. Rah, 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 good stuff, right?
But you know, this is more powerful than anything.
This is the most intimate relationship you have with yourself and with God.
I know. It's so true.
We are a treasure, and we hold this soul that is going to one day lift out and
spend eternity
and tending to it is the most remarkable thing God could ever ask me and entrust me to do, and I take it so seriously, and I just love it. I can't wait to just continue to meet new women. I don't have to do anything. I bring the information.
God brings you.
I work hard on the little lesson plan or whatever, and then it's a place to be seen and heard. Everyone shares. I don't care if you're an introvert, an extrovert. It's equal sharing. Yeah. And the best part is you will learn more when you listen to the hearts and souls of another person's
Yeah.
journey than when your
No
mouth is
kidding.
moving.
Hello, and that's why we have
that's-
faith stories too.
Yes.
Cheryl, we're going to
Yes.
have her back because she's writing another book, a memoir, but yeah, it's going to be fun. So we're going to have her back, you guys. And next week at 3 o'clock, join us. I have Lynn Barletta. She has a nonprofit for human trafficking, and you know how much I cannot stand that people do that, and you know, we need to stop it, put a stop to it. So join us next Wednesday, 3 o'clock. Y'all have a blessed week.
Thank you for watching Faith Stories, where you will hear stories of hope, faith, and love. Please join us next week, and remember, God meets you where you are, but doesn't leave you where you are.